This is Paul. Just looking at Revelation 11. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 40 and 2 months. Yeah. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. You know, there's quite a lot in the Bible about how God looks at people. These two individuals supposedly have the ability to kill people. Now, I remember this thought that you have to be sensitive to not grieve the Holy Spirit. Now, let's say you're sitting there as an oath of office. You made a vow, that you would support and defend the Constitution of the United States without any mental reservation, without any purpose of evasion, without any allegiance to any form of government other than the United States of America. You happen to know about me. Pooh. And you thought I was being mean for wanting to sue you, for putting me in jail for crimes I didn't commit in Sequim, Washington. You wouldn't admit the evidence, Brady. Oh, and then you did it again in 2017 when I wasn't in Brennan. Yes. And I wasn't cyber stalking. I was informing those that are legally liable for the enforcement of the laws that Clallam County issued a protection order where the petitioner wasn't there. Yes. I wasn't there because you didn't give me notice of court hearings. You used a forgery to do that. And then you thought for the last 3 years that I'm going to be a real nice guy. You're wrong. I'm not going to be a nice guy. Now, whatever fears that you have today, it would be better if you faced them. Because I wasn't in Swim and you arrested me. Pooh. I wasn't in Britain and you arrested me. And then each time you said I was incompetent to stand trial. Now, these court decisions, I've been wanting to appeal them without prejudice. And for every oath of office in this nation that has sworn, they made a vow. Ouch! I'm wanting to sue you. Now, the sooner you do what the law says, the faster you're going to find out what I'm going to do because I found out that my sons are in the wrong grades. Yes. And that Zachary, Bishop, and Deacon are all going to graduate after they're 19 years old. And for every civil rights coordinator, every superintendent of every school district, all of those that the state of Washington has named as mandatory reporters that have to inform law enforcement of child neglect. I'd say it's child neglect to have your children in the wrong grades. Yes. Child abuse. Child abduction, where you give custody of my sons to my wife without me being able to hear what her reasons are for not wanting to be married. Now, as much as I would say I can sue you for that, because I probably will, yes. Your thought was, well, it would have been good if he would have heard because it would have improved his future relationships. Yes. If he could have learned about the mistakes he made as a husband, I'm sure Heidi would have given me an earful. Pouch! If I'd gotten notice of fucking court hearings. Now, these individuals known as people, not all of them are the same. These two persons could kill you with what they say. Aha. Now, anathema, as in total destruction, yes, To each and every law enforcement officer that does know, Seattle Police Department, ooh, Olympia Police Department, Spokane Sheriff, Sheriff Ozzie. Yes, I just wanted all of you to understand I am not a nice man. Pooh, I'm not. You know, I don't think it grieves the Holy Spirit to actually sue those that have vowed that they would enforce the laws of the United States. As mean as you might think, okay, as much as you might hate me, I realized years ago that I was going to be the most hated man in the United States of America. I made sure to email every judge in the court directory. Oh, the state legislature of Washington State. Oh, I made sure right now that every fucking one of you that thought that I could make a vow, so help me God, and that you would not have to enforce the laws of the United States. It is a requirement of law that mandatory reporters obligate law enforcement to give me custody of my sons today. And yesterday I made a little change to that email. Yes, I'm going to sue Marilyn Pooch for every fucking thing she owns. And if she, well, has a heart that wants to volunteer, I might let her reside in a one-star motel with me.